The mind is not just a tool, it is an entire universe within us, waiting to be explored. In the realm of the mind, we find the 7 Hermetic Principles. Imagine, if you will, a time when wisdom was preserved in cryptic texts and whispered through the ages. From this era emerges the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, a figure shrouded in mystery, but whose wisdom has stood the test of time. Among these teachings, we discover the 7 Hermetic Principles, the foundation stones of Hermetic philosophy. These principles are not just philosophical musings, but practical tools, believed to hold the keys to understanding the universe. They encompass everything from the mental realm, to the nature of reality, to the rhythmic cycles of life. Each principle a facet of a grand cosmic design. And why, you may ask, should we care about these ancient principles? Well, it's simple. Harnessing the power of these principles can lead to profound changes in our lives. The first principle, mentalism, states the all is mind, the universe is mental. This principle suggests that everything in the universe originates from a universal consciousness or mind. It's like a cosmic soup, where every thought, every idea, and every reality bubbles up from this all-encompassing mental cauldron. Let's dive deeper. The world we perceive, the reality we interact with, is a manifestation of our thoughts. Imagine your mind as a sculptor meticulously chiseling away at the marble of the universe. Every thought you have, every idea you entertain, they are the sculptor's tools, shaping and molding the reality around you. It's a concept that's both awe-inspiring and a little intimidating because it places a tremendous responsibility on our thoughts. It's not just about what we do, but also about what we think. Our thoughts shape our reality. Think carefully. The principle of correspondence states, as above, so below, as below, so above. This principle is a fascinating one, as it suggests the existence of a constant underlying pattern that repeats itself across different scales of existence. It's like a fractal pattern which, no matter how much you zoom in or out, the pattern remains the same. This principle bridges the gap between the physical and spiritual realms. It implies that what happens on a physical level can have a corresponding effect on the mental, emotional, and spiritual levels, and vice versa. It provides us with a framework to understand how these different levels interact and influence each other. In simpler terms, the principle of correspondence tells us that our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. Our reality is but a mirror reflecting our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. So, if you wish to change your circumstances, you must first change what's within. The universe mirrors our inner world. Reflect wisely. The principle of vibration declares nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Now, this might sound like a bit of a science lesson, but it's really quite simple and fascinating. This principle is saying that everything in the universe, from the smallest atom to the grandest galaxy, is in a constant state of motion. Picture a pebble thrown into a pond. The pebble creates ripples that extend outward, each ripple a vibration. Now imagine that the universe is that pond, and every thought, every emotion, every action you take is the pebble. You're creating ripples, vibrations that extend out into the universe. Each ripple, each vibration has a unique frequency, much like a radio station. Just as you tune your radio to match the frequency of your favorite station, you can tune your thoughts, your emotions, your actions to the frequency of the life you desire. Remember, your energy introduces you before you even speak. Vibrate positively. The principle of polarity asserts everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. This is a profound concept that goes beyond the surface-level understanding of good and bad, light and dark, hot and cold. The principle of polarity suggests that these opposites are not only present, but are identical in nature, differing only in degree. This means that love and hate, while appearing to be diametrically opposed, are in fact the same thing expressed in varying degrees. They are two ends of the same spectrum. This principle is a reminder that in every challenge there is an opportunity. In every failure, the seeds of success are sown. It's a call to embrace the full spectrum of life's experiences, understanding that one cannot exist without the other. Remember, in the dance of opposites, balance is key. Strive for equilibrium. Without the darkness, we wouldn't recognize the light. Without sadness, joy wouldn't taste as sweet. The secret then is in finding the balance and dancing to the rhythm of life's polarities. The principle of rhythm states, everything flows out and in, everything has its tides. This idea is not only fascinating, but it is also deeply insightful into the workings of the universe and our place within it. It suggests that everything in existence, from the tiniest particle to the most expansive galaxy, moves in a rhythm, a cycle, a pattern. Imagine, if you will, the ebb and flow of the ocean tides, the waxing and waning of the moon, the rise and fall of the sun, the seasons cycling from spring to summer to autumn and then to winter, only to start all over again. This is the rhythm of the universe. Our lives, too, are subject to this rhythm. Our thoughts, our feelings, our actions and reactions all move in cycles, in patterns, in rhythms. Understanding this principle allows us to dance in harmony with the rhythm of life rather than against it. In conclusion, life is a rhythm. Dance to your own beat. The principle of cause and effect proclaims every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause. Imagine life as a complex tapestry, where each thread represents an action, and the resulting pattern is the cumulative effect of all actions. This principle suggests that nothing, absolutely nothing, happens by chance. Every event, every situation, every joy and every sorrow has a cause behind it. Now, isn't that empowering? Knowing that we are not mere pawns in the game of life, but powerful players who can influence the outcome. Every decision we make, every step we take, every word we utter sets in motion a series of effects, shaping our reality. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. We must exercise our ability to cause effects wisely, as the ripples we create extend far beyond our immediate perception. Every action has a reaction. Act responsibly. The principle of gender states gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. This principle is not about biological sex, but rather about the characteristics of energy. It suggests that all things, animate and inanimate, possess a masculine and a feminine aspect. The masculine principle is active, directive, and protective. It's the spark, the idea, the initial thrust of energy. Conversely, the feminine principle is receptive, nurturing, and expansive. It's the womb that nurtures the idea and allows it to grow and flourish. These aspects work together in a dance of creation and regeneration. Just as in nature, where the interplay of male and female elements leads to the creation of new life, so too does the interplay of masculine and feminine energies lead to the manifestation of our desires. It is essential to recognize, embrace, and balance these energies within ourselves and in our lives. Harmony between the masculine and feminine brings creation. Seek balance. The Hermetic Principles are not just philosophical concepts, they are practical tools for manifesting our desires. These principles are the keys to understanding the workings of the universe and our place within it. Imagine the principle of mentalism as the foundation of a house. It tells us that the universe is mind. Everything we perceive is a mental creation. The thoughts we cultivate, the beliefs we hold dear, they shape our reality. It's a potent reminder that our mental states influence our lives in profound ways. Next, the principle of correspondence. This principle is like the walls of our house, providing structure and order. It shows us that patterns repeat across different scales of existence, as above, so below. It reminds us that our inner world reflects our outer world and vice versa. The principle of vibration is the energy that powers our house. This principle teaches us that everything in the universe is in motion, constantly vibrating. Our thoughts and feelings also vibrate, attracting similar energies. By consciously directing our thoughts, we can align with the vibrations that match our desires. The principles of polarity and rhythm are the doors and windows of our house. They remind us that life is a dance of opposites and cycles. Accepting and understanding these dynamics can lead to harmony and balance. The principle of cause and effect is the layout of the rooms in our house. It suggests that every action has a reaction, every cause has an effect. By understanding this principle, we can become more intentional with our actions, steering our lives in the direction we wish. Lastly, the principle of gender is the occupants of the house. It reminds us of the masculine and feminine energies within us all, and how balancing these energies can lead to wholeness and creativity. So, how do we apply these principles in our everyday life? We start by understanding them, by reflecting on them, and by consciously integrating them into our thoughts, our actions, and our interactions with the world. Knowledge of these principles is the first step towards mastering your mind. Do remember to like, subscribe, and comment for more insights into the secrets of the universe.